All right, I'm going to give Angel Reese a lot of credit today. I'm going to celebrate Angel Reese, the LSU basketball star, the woman who became famous for taunting Caitlin Clark. I've had a lot of negative things to say about Angel Reese. I haven't liked Angel Reese. But after last night's WNBA draft, I love Angel Reese. I'll explain today. Welcome to Fearless with Jason Whitlock. I'm Jason Whitlock, your host. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. Unbelievable. But we're still talking women's basketball. I'm going to tell you why. Don't get frustrated. Don't man, Whitlock's still on this women's basketball thing. Yes, I am, because it's important. And something very, very important had happened last night during the WNBA draft. Other than Caitlin Clark going number one to my Indiana Fever, and look, I'm calling it my Indiana Fever, but I'm from Indianapolis. I grew up a Pacer fan, so I'm going to hop on board with the Indiana Fever. I really don't know what happened the rest of the draft. I mean, I know these women got selected. I know that Kate Martin went number 18 to the Las Vegas Aces. But all the other details, I really don't know much about. But something very, very important happened last night, and we have to thank Angel Reese for it. We'll do that today. The first thing I need you guys to do is check out the exclusive extra fearless content on blazetv. Go to blazetv.com/fearless. Use the promo code fearless, and you can save $20 on your yearly subscription. We're putting out content behind a paywall, behind our subscription wall, to be a bonus to those of you that have stepped up and have subscribed to The Blaze and supported this show. It's great content. You won't find it free on YouTube. You won't find it free on Apple. It's a gift for those of you that have really stepped up and supported us. So continue to do that. The other thing I need you to do is thank our primary benefactor, Good Ranchers. This episode is brought to you by our good friends at Good Ranchers. Good Ranchers is locking in your price until 2026 when you subscribe to any of their boxes of 100% American meat and seafood. Use our promo code FEARLESS at goodranchers.com and save 10%. Got the business out of the way. Shemeka Michelle is going to join me in this WNBA comment, but first I got to get some things off my chest about what happened last night and the importance of last night. And I got to start by, I came up with an awesome nickname for Caitlin Clark, Show White. Angel Reese has been calling herself Bayou Barbie or Barbie Bayou or I can't remember. I got a new nickname for Angel Reese. She's the gift. She is the gift that just gave the WNBA women's basketball its greatest boost in the history of the WNBA. She just did something, and I'm not exaggerating here, more important, or at least just as important, to what Caitlin Clark has brought to women's basketball. Caitlin Clark has brought unbelievable eyeballs and interest and relevance to the WNBA. But what Angel Reese just added to the WNBA and what she's added to women's basketball over the past year, just as important, if not more important. People watched the WNBA draft last night, and they liked what they saw, and we have to hat tip Angel Reese because of it. Angel Reese did that. Call up the picture, the State Farm picture with Jake from State Farm and everybody on stage. I want to start there. And I don't know, for those of you watching over YouTube, zoom in and get a close-up of that. That's 15, 16 WNBA players on stage with the commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy Engelbart or whatever. And let's say it's 15, 16 women. There's only one of them that doesn't present themselves in a highly feminine, as best of their ability, attractive way. And I think the little pronoun that's wearing the suit and tie, again, because I don't want to get crossways with whoever the little pronoun is, they or them, or I don't know what pronoun they're using. But other than that little point guard, everybody else standing on that stage looks like a natural woman who is happy being a woman and who is presenting a feminine side of themselves, not Jake from State Farm, but all the other women up there. Some of these women look amazing. What was the name of the woman I had everybody look up? She played at Ohio State, and I was like, holy cow, is that an ESPN? Is that Molly Karam's little sister, or is that a WNBA player? But now I can't remember. She plays guard at Ohio State. Celeste Taylor, there it is, Celeste Taylor. I was like, oh, whew. But now I want to just focus in on a couple of different. I want to start with Cameron Brink. Show the picture of Cameron Brink solo by herself. I know these ladies are young. I'm not saying this stuff to be perverted. This is still a Christian show, but we're going to analyze what's going on here. And I got to hat tip the WNBA. I got to hat tip everybody involved, because this is orchestrated, what they're doing here. This is Cameron Brink. I think she played at Stanford. She was the number 2 pick last night. She's 6'4". This is her on the runway for the WNBA draft. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to keep it real. At 6'4" and a basketball player, I don't know if you can do much better than that. I don't. Kay Smith from Barstool, she tweeted out like, we used to fight wars over legs like that. And she's 100% right. Men would go to war over legs like that. And we have to credit Angel Reese. Who made this happen? Because this, I'm telling you, this is all orchestrated. The WNBA said, ladies, I need you to come out here and put your best on and be as attractive as you possibly can be. And the reason they were allowed to do this is a severe pivot from the Brittany Griner-led WNBA, from the Diana Taurasi-led WNBA, from the Sue Bird-led WNBA. And this is why there's so much hatred and animus and jealousy towards Caitlin Clark and this new group of young players. They're bringing in a new energy and a new aesthetic to the WNBA. They're pivoting away from, hey, we want to present ourselves as little men or impersonators of men. We're coming out here all tatted up, and you know, there's no difference between Brittany Griner and Kevin Durant. There's a difference with all them ladies on stage, except for the little pronoun. There's a difference between all of them ladies standing on stage and how they're presenting themselves to anything you would see in the NBA. I can remember years ago, Bill Simmons used to do this funny shtick when he was just the Boston sports guy. He would put up a picture of a WNBA player and an NBA player, and you had to guess which one played in the NBA and which one played in the WNBA, because you couldn't tell. Look at that picture, and that's the WNBA. That's a group of women. This is orchestrated. And Angel Reese is the reason why it happened. Let's show the solo shot of Angel Reese. And I'm not a huge fan of Angel Reese. And I don't think we got the back shot, but her back's out, the whole nine. She looks like she's dressed for the Academy Awards runway or whatever, red carpet walk or whatever. A little too much skin for me. But I got to give Angel Reese all the credit. She set the tone for this. She set the tone all year. And again, I know that she's all over the map in terms of, they sexualized me. Now, Angel, you sexualized yourself. But I have to be real and honest here. What Angel Reese did is actually healthy for the WNBA and women's basketball. Angel Reese made it cool for women's basketball players to be women and to show their feminine side. She did this all year, and all year I didn't like it. I didn't see the brilliance of it. I didn't know it was going to lead to this. But that's what's happened. Without Angel Reese setting this tone over her Instagram all year and wanting to get all dolled up for the WNBA draft, the WNBA can't get the rest of these women on board with that. They would all go the Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Brittany Griner, Megan Rapinoe route. But because Angel Reese set a different tone, she's now the Pied Piper, and all the rest of these women hopped on board. You know what? We're going to have a lot of eyeballs on the WNBA in this draft, unprecedented number of eyeballs, and we want people to leave this experience going, oh man, those women are relatable. Those women are happy being women. Those women want to show off their feminine side. Yes, maybe Angel Reese goes a little too far, but I'm sorry, I would much prefer this than Brittany Griner showing up in a suit and tie and looking like little pronoun in that picture. These women, and I don't know anything, I don't really care about their sexuality. What I care about is they presented themselves last night like, no, I'm good being a woman. And I don't want anybody to mistake me for a man. And this is across the board. This is brilliant marketing by the WNBA. The women came off as wholesome. Their families came off as wholesome. This did not come across, because there's a lot of the NFL and NBA draft that I can't stand now. The players are all entitled. The parents are over the top. It's just, it doesn't give you a warm and fuzzy feeling. And it's all, I mean, you got hosts and everybody's complaining about, did this black quarterback, is he not getting drafted 2 places higher because of racism? And we didn't have any of that last night. We had a bunch of young women who presented themselves as young women and were excited about joining the WNBA and starting their professional careers. And so Caitlin Clark, I thought, looked awesome last night. But Caitlin Clark is not the reason the WNBA was able to market itself as a women's basketball league last night. She's a terrific player. Obviously, I'm a huge fan. We talk about her nonstop. I get it. Her performance on the court is what's drawing all this attention. Angel Reese just maximized the attention they got. Because if these young ladies had presented themselves in an unfeminine fashion, it would be a disaster. And everybody would watch the WNBA draft and go, nah, I'm good. I'll just read about the stats. I'll catch the highlights of Caitlin Clark, but I can't watch this. I don't want to watch a bunch of tall Megan Rapinoes. People don't want to see that. People want to believe. And again, when they get on the court, they'll look like jocks and they won't look as good as they did last night, but at least we'll know, like, hey, these women are happy being women. They're not sitting around plotting, well, if I make enough money this year, I'll go for some transgender surgery. They looked real happy being women. That was a huge statement and a huge plus for the WNBA. It was orchestrated and planned by the WNBA. Hats off to Kathy Engelbert, but really hats off to the gift, Angel Reese. Now, I'm going to pivot and talk about the one thing that can destroy this gift that Angel Reese has given them, that Caitlin Clark has given them. There's one thing that can destroy this gift, and it's already at work trying to undermine the gift that Angel Reese has bestowed upon women's basketball. When I transition, I really want these young ladies, if you know any of them, send them this video and tell them to be on the lookout for what I'm going to get into next. But before I do that, I want to take care of our favorite sponsor. You guys know Preborn. You know why we love Preborn. We love Preborn because Preborn loves us and loves our worldview and loves and supports the belief, the fact that life begins at conception. And they understand the brilliance of that fact, that if your mindset is that life begins at conception and you start taking care of that baby in the womb, that baby has a much better outlook on life and on their journey once they're outside of the womb. That's the people that think that the people that believe life begins after birth, that somehow they are the experts on how life should be treated. No, the real experts on how life should be treated are the people who believe that life begins at conception and understand that the things you do for a baby while the baby's in the womb actually impacts that baby's intelligence, outlook, mental health, all of that. So if life doesn't begin at conception, why does it matter what happens, what you do, whether you read, talk to, communicate, whether you treat yourself in a healthy fashion? Why does all that matter if life doesn't begin at conception? It does. Preborn knows this, and so they provide ultrasounds to expectant mothers, women who are considering abortion. When they provide that ultrasound, introduce that woman to the baby's heartbeat, to an image of that baby, that woman is now twice as likely to choose life. And that's when Preborn steps in and steps up majorly. For the 2 years after the baby's born outside of the womb, Preborn supports that woman with diapers and children's food and all the essential items that a woman needs and a child needs the first 2 years of life outside of the womb. So it's the ultrasound, and then it's the support for the first 2 years of that baby's life outside of the womb. So Preborn actually takes care of that baby for 3 years. And that's where our money goes, to supporting that mission, to support that baby through the first 3 years of its life. There's two ways to give. Pound 250, say the keyword baby. Pound 250, say the keyword baby. Or give the way that I prefer to give, preborn.com/fearless. Preborn.com/fearless. As a fearless soldier, this is one of our primary missions in life, to support life and to support life in the womb and outside of the womb. Please donate to Preborn. And when you do, drop me a note, fearlessblazeshow@gmail.com, and let me know that you have. It warms my heart. It brightens my day. It inspires me to come in here every day and to present you tremendous content. Let me go back to the second half of this gift that women's basketball has been given, and how there are people already out to destroy it. And some of them are well-intentioned, and or they haven't thought it through, and they just don't know what they're doing. Someone like a Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers now, Super Bowl winning quarterback. Russell Wilson just wants the virtue signal. Russell Wilson just wants everybody to like him. Russell Wilson's always doing too much. And so this is how, you ever heard the saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions? Yeah, Russell Wilson, good intentions, but he's paving the road to hell. Russell Wilson tweets out last night, he's trying to ride the WNBA wave. No different than me. We're all trying to ride the Caitlin Clark wave and what Angel Reese has given us. And so he wants to chime in and get his social media likes up. And so people are tweeting out about, here's Caitlin Clark's contract with the Indiana Fever. And here's the first 4 years, she'll make $338,000. This year, she'll make $76,000. Next year, she'll make $78,000, then $85,000 and $97,000. And people are like, oh my God, she's being exploited. Oh, it's just terrible. And so Russell Wilson joining in on that. These ladies deserve so much more. Praying for the day. But it's not, Russell Wilson's trying too hard. Just, Russell, play your position, quarterback. Talk about what you know. You're clueless here. This is a league that has never once, in 30 some odd years of existence, has never once turned a profit. And we're complaining about someone coming out of college at 22 and getting a $76,000 a year job for playing 30, 40 games of basketball during the summer. Really? This is a problem? I came out of college, Ball State, in 1990, and my first job was $5 an hour. No one felt sorry for me. I didn't feel sorry for myself. I felt thankful. Someone gave me a job. Unbelievable. And I'm going to make the most of it. And very soon as I'm going to correct this $5 an hour job and make more money than that. This is life. Do you know how many kids from college will graduate this year and their first job won't be $76,000 a year? And we're praying for basketball players who Caitlin Clark made millions in the college basketball game, will continue to make millions in the WNBA, even though it won't come from a salary from the Indiana Fever. State Farm and all these other people that have jumped on board with Caitlin Clark, Nike or whatever, she's going to make plenty of money for playing basketball. She won't be curing cancer. But let's pray. Oh my God, it's a tragedy. These women need more support. They're playing basketball and they're only making $75,000. We're retarded. Russell, that's a retarded statement. Shut up and worry about quarterbacking the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Russell, I like you, but shut up. Leave it. This is Hannah Nicole Jones or Nicole Hannah Jones, the woman for the New York Times, you know, the little angry African-American woman with red hair that wrote the 1619 Project. She's jumped in on this as well. She calls herself Ida Bay Wells over Twitter or whatever, but she jumped into all of this as well. And Caitlin Clark's salary, and she tweets out, honestly, y'all should be embarrassed for even posting this salary. Women deserve better. A basketball player? I mean, the real tragedy in this American system that we've, and just global system we've created, that dumb jocks make millions of dollars for playing games. That's the real problem. And Hannah Nicole Jones or Nicole Hannah Jones, whatever her name is, considers herself a journalist. She should be writing stories about, hey man, it's crazy. We're paying athletes millions of dollars to play a game. Hey, this society's upside down. There are people actually doing important work who aren't getting paid 1/100th of this. That's what she should be arguing. But she's a feminist. She's a Marxist. She's a racial idolater. She's an idiot. She's confused. She's half black, half white, and has a confusion. And everybody knows, I have no problem with half black, half white people. None. Everybody knows this. And I know you get tired of me stating it, but I just want to be clear for anybody that's watching for the first time. No problem with interracial dating, no problem with interracial kids. But these confused interracial people that are angry and looking around, the world has treated me bad, and oh my God, it's so racist, and let me prove how black I am, and let me show you how angry I am, and I complain about everything. And women have just been so mistreated. Miss me with all of that. It's all hot garbage. Here's a journalist who's won a Pulitzer Prize for some bogus piece of fiction, the 1619 Project, and now she's chiming in on women's basketball, which I will repeat. In more than 30 years of history, the WNBA has never once turned a profit. What business overpays? They're overpaid at $75,000 a year. And I think the top veteran players make like $250,000 a year. They're overpaid already. And so what they're trying to create in these women is a sense of entitlement. Oh, you're owed something. You're mistreated. You know what? You should be just like Megan Rapinoe. You should be just like all the angry feminists that have dominated the WNBA and led it to 30 plus years of no profit and total irrelevance. You need to mimic their behavior. Join us, the legion of angry feminists, the legion of alphabet mafia angry people, Black Lives Matter, and we're going to take a knee and we're going to complain we're not paid. We only make 50 cents on the dollar for men. It's all a lie. And so they're going to take the gift that Angel Reese has given them, the likability that they just garnered last night through the WNBA Draft. And Hannah Nicole Jones or Nicole Hannah Jones or whatever her name is, the little angry New York Times lady, Russell Wilson, well-intentioned idiot that's always looking. What can I say that will make people like me over Twitter? Sean Payton already told you, hey, cut it out, man. Now I'm telling you. And I like you, Russell. Cut it out. We haven't been unfair to women. You don't have to believe every lie told over Twitter or told on some college campus. There was a time that NBA players didn't make a lot of money. There was a time that NBA players, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they flew commercial. They put the work in, built up their league, and then started making a bunch of money. And again, not that this was a small amount of money, but I'll never forget in 1981 or 82 or whatever, Magic Johnson signed a 25-year, $25 million contract. Oh my God, he's going to make $1 million a year for 25 years. And now, some guy coming off the bench in the NBA can make $25 million. I think it's a mistake, and I think that they're overpaid, but they worked their way into that position. The league, from Magic to Larry to Michael, gained enough relevance to command those types of television contracts, and the guys get paid. The WNBA has the exact same opportunity now with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese to build themselves up to a level of relevance that will allow them to make more money. But today, should the Indiana Fever be paying Caitlin Clark more money? No. Or any of these rookies? No. The league's not profitable. They're going to destroy this gift. They're going to try to infect Caitlin Clark and all these other women with a sense of entitlement. They want to, hey, look, Megan Rapinoe, she blackmailed the U.S. Soccer Federation into paying the U.S. women more money. You guys should do the exact same strategy. The difference is when they come to you with that garbage, just remember this. Megan Rapinoe's jersey said USA. And people have been programmed in a way in America that if you put that USA jersey on, we're going to support you. And so we had to grit our teeth and pretend like we somewhat liked and or tolerated Megan Rapinoe because she played for Team USA. Go look at the women's MLS league. See, we're not forced to support women's professional soccer. We support the national team because of the World Cup and because the uniform is USA. But y'all can mess this up trying to be little Megan Rapinoes because I have no history of rooting for the Indiana Fever. That'll be easy for me to ignore the Fever. Who cares? Bunch of tatted up, angry women. I'm good. Easy for me to turn off the Indiana Fever. That's not my country. That's a city I used to live in. I now live someplace else, and women's basketball is just not that important to me, so I'm good. If you mimic their sense of entitlement and their anger, you're going to blow the gift. You're going to kill this momentum that you've built up. Ignore the idiots. I saw this morning, we don't have this tweet to put on screen, but I saw one other. This is just from some typical woke idiot that, popular over Twitter. What's the guy? Arthur Watkins Jr. He's no one. But this man actually tweeted out. Yep, and this is a black dude, unfortunately. President and inventor of the fill station kiosk, my own. Anyway, he tweeted out complaining. This is about Caitlin Clark's contract. She's making a teacher's salary. They need to pay these ladies more than this. A basketball player is more valuable than a teacher? What world are we living in? And if that's the standard, we need to change the standard. He should be arguing just the opposite. Hey, she's making more than a teacher. That's a crime. She's just a basketball player. And plus, State Farm and all these other sponsors are paying her millions of dollars. Why give her that 75? Give it to a teacher. We got the world upside down. I'm going to bring on Shemeka Michelle. Before I do that, I want to plug our great friends at Cardio Miracle. I was talking to John Hewlett or texting back and forth with him this week, and he was sharing with me another story about another unbelievable customer that's seen all these health benefits from taking Cardio Miracle. You guys know I love to share all the feedback I've been getting from guys that are saying that it's helped them with their erectile dysfunction, it's lowered their blood pressure, and these are individual, anecdotal stories that people are telling me, but I'm hearing it from such a wide range of men and women. My mother, all of her blood work improved. My producer, Dave, his blood pressure improved. His A1C improved. It's just across the board, me and how it's helped me with my workouts and it's helping me in my weight loss journey. My cousin that's a personal trainer in Phoenix has been taking the stuff for a year and swears by it, travels everywhere with it. My best friend from high school, Willie Clark, who swears by it and has thanked me repeatedly for turning him on to it. Everybody is falling in love with Cardio Miracle and the results that they're getting. What are you waiting on? It has a 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Try it today and you will never feel this good from a drink this easy to take. There are no synthetic ingredients, no GMO, no sugar, no stimulants, minimal calories, and uses the finest natural organic flavors. It is like a smooth raspberry lemonade Kool-Aid. Man, I love it, and I'm saying that authentically. This is a great supplement. It's a game changer. Go to cardiomiracle.com/fearless. Use my promo code fearless to get 10% off your first order, or you can subscribe and save 15% off with free shipping. That's cardiomiracle.com/fearless. Guys, I want to make sure that you're signing up and planning to attend the second annual Fearless Army Roll Call. Roll Call 2.0 is just around the corner. We're about 6-7 weeks out, June 1st, right here in Nashville, Tennessee. John Rich and I have partnered on this. Glenn Beck's coming into town to help me kick off Roll Call 2.0. Mark Robinson, the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, soon to be the Governor of North Carolina. He's going to be one of our keynote speakers. E.W. Jackson, Vince Everett Ellison, Tim Floyd, the former NBA coach, King Randall, Anthony Walker, myself, TJ Moe. It's going to be unbelievable. The VIP events, the events on Saturday, fearlessarmyrollcall.com. I need you here. This is part of a revival we're kicking off, taking it to the next level with the music, the entertainment, the food, the speeches, the whole 9 yards. fearlessarmyrollcall.com. Michelle. Hello, Fearless Army. I'm Jason Whitlock, your leader. I'm going to spend 2024 discussing growth and sacrifice. Hard times are here. Harder times are coming. What has stopped American growth and caused a regression in fundamental freedoms and values? A lack of sacrifice. Our ancestors sacrificed for our benefit. We have not sacrificed to protect the progress they died for. No sacrifice, no freedom. What impedes man's willingness to sacrifice? His ignorance, his perversion, his pride, his ingratitude, and his cowardice, his rejection of God. The Bible is a story about the power and the necessity of sacrifice. Sacrifice is the sun, rain, and fertilizer of growth. Growth is our life purpose. Grow in the knowledge, wisdom, fear, obedience, and reverence to the Most High. Growth requires sacrifice will be our theme for Roll Call 2.0 this summer, June 1, right back here in Nashville. We're excited to welcome you. Let me spend a minute explaining what GROWTH actually stands for us in the Fearless Army. The G is for game plan. In order to properly grow, it's essential we work from the strategic game plan spelled out in the Bible. The R, responsibility. As we grow as men, we understand and accept our responsibilities to God, family, and teammates. The O, ownership. We embrace ownership of our destiny. Outsiders do not determine our fate. The W, wisdom. We honor, value, and share the wisdom imparted to us by elders, coaches, and leaders. The T, trust. We must be worthy of trust. The reliability of a man's word defines him far more than popularity and material possessions. The H, humility. The reward for humility and fear of the Lord is riches and honor and life. That's straight from Proverbs 22:4. Come join us in Nashville as we talk about growth and sacrifice and how without sacrifice there will be no growth. Roll Call 2.0 right here in Nashville, Saturday, June 1st. Been proven. It's time tested. It still works. We just watched it work at an amazing level. People are so thirsty.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
It's no different than the Tom Cruise movie that, I'm not that big of a fan of, Top Gun. A mediocre movie that TJ and Bobby Harrington and Anthony lost their minds over and acted like it was Gone with the Wind or The Godfather.
What can I do? What can I do?
They'd watch something mediocre and say, man, this was awesome.
It's a great movie.
But that's how thirsty the public is.
I'm thirsty.
I ain't worried about it.
Welcome back to Beef. As I walk you through my top 50 media beefs of all time, yeah, I'm an equal opportunity beefer. It's like, Randy, are you asleep at the wheel? Big lips are in style. I'd love to squash this beef. I mean, I was not real happy at all. I was less than thrilled. I was displeased. And now we have beef. All right, welcome back. Shemeka, you watched the WNBA draft. Oh, wow, you look like Angel Reese. A little prettier face, but I get it. You look like Angel Reese. What did you think? I thought the ladies did an awesome job of presenting themselves in a very feminine fashion. I was pleased.
I totally agree. Yes, this is the Grace Jones Gym edition, and Angel Reese was doing the WNBA edition. I thought they looked very feminine. Of course, I'm not a fan of all the weave. I can't stand the eyelashes. I was actually sitting as I was watching it thinking, should I open like some type of eyelash business or get some type of hairline and be a sponsor? Who's sponsoring these girls with these eyelashes and hair? But I was very happy that we didn't see a lot of suits and a lot of women trying to be men. I thought they did an excellent job. And I had the volume down, but I was just watching it and very pleased.
And I think we have to credit Angel Reese. And so, yes, does she do too much? The eyelashes, the taunting. Is she a bit too naked on her Instagram? Yes, she does too much. But the upside is she's a bit of a Pied Piper, and she's made these tall, athletic women say, you know what? I'm going to present myself as sexy and a woman. And it's actually a good course correction. And so, yeah, can we knock her for, okay, you're doing a little too much, but overall, I have to just tip my hat to her and say, if you're going to lead the rest of these women, and again, I don't really care. I don't need to dig deep into their personal life to know who they're dating. I'm just happy they're happy. Like, I'm a woman and I want everybody to know I'm a woman.
Yes, and I definitely appreciate that. And I do think we have to give her credit because I don't remember seeing, I know that is it Candace Parker is married to a man, I think, or
no, was
married to a man.
She's now married to a woman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody just had a baby and I think with a man. I can't remember.
Probably Skylar Diggins. Skylar Diggins.
That's the one. Skylar Diggins. So I can appreciate that there are some who are feminine and like men, but whether Angel likes girls or boys, I just like the fact that she has presented herself as a female, and I think she's a cute girl. Yes, do I think she goes above and beyond with the eyelashes and the hair? I think a lot of them don't realize how pretty they are without all of that. But yes, she has presented as a female. She's attractive. She's cute. And a lot of guys seem to really dig her. And so thank you, Angel, for turning it around, because I know I said, a week or so ago that I will not watch a game. I may, if they actually get out there and act like ladies playing basketball opposed to a bunch of women trying to be men, hunched over, poor posture, being very masculine. I don't like that. So while I complain about the weave and the eyelashes, at least they're trying to look like girls, or they're trying to look like boys who try to look like girls. Because I just can't stand it, Jason. I can't stand all the heavy makeup and eyelashes and weave. I think that's what, when I was growing up, that's what men had to do to look like women. And so the fact that women are now doing it, it's like you don't have to do all of that. You don't have a 5 o'clock shadow that you're hiding. You don't need to contour a masculine jawline to try and make it look feminine. So I just hate that women are kind of getting their makeup tips from men, but it is what it is. And I do appreciate all of the dresses last night and just looking like girls.
There's something psychological that I think that Angel Reese actually corrected with her persona and all the success she had off the court. There's something psychological that was happening to athletic women where they kind of just gave up on themselves as women and said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to dress like Allen Iverson. I'm going to lean into being a masculine woman. And I look at someone like the Cardosa. She's 6'7". And last night, I felt like for a 6'7" woman, I just don't know if you can present yourself any better than what she did. And instead of like, well, I'm 6'7" and I'm gonna put on a suit and be like Brittany Griner, and I'm just giving up, and the world is sexist, and so I'm just gonna try to be a man. Cardosa went the complete other direction, and to me, I thought just looked very pleasant and as attractive as you can be at 6'7", her size. And then there was a couple of the ladies, again, the Celeste Taylor, I even thought Caitlin Clark, that's about as good as Caitlin Clark can look. And I don't mean that in a derogatory manner, but I'm just trying to be accurate and fair. That psychologically, I think Angel Reese has made it like, no, you can be an athletic woman and let's try to be cute too. And I think that like she's a trendsetter in that regard, and her influence over women's basketball in that regard, and maybe in women's athletics in that regard, she'll be just as impactful as Caitlin Clark is in terms of people attracted to see her play basketball.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out if Brittany Griner gets a pap smear or a prostate exam. But when it comes to the girls last night, I thought they did a good job. They looked like, I don't know, Amazon women, what people would consider goddesses.
Woman kings, yeah.
Yeah, they looked really good. I've never looked at volleyball players and thought that they were extremely masculine. And so they kind of reminded me more of volleyball players saying, hey, although we like playing basketball, which is predominantly a male sport, we are women. And so I definitely have to give Angel Reese some credit. I gave her a hard time, and I still agree that she sexualizes herself, but I do have to say, good job, Angel, in making these women feel comfortable being 6'3" and 6'5" and towering over most men. Good job in still making them know that they can look feminine and look like ladies and be attractive, because you're right. So many times I do think they just give up and try to take the masculine role, because not all of them look manly. There are a lot of pretty basketball players, but they just give up. They don't even try, because I think they say, who am I going to get with? I might as well get me a woman who's 5'7" since I'm 6'7" and just try to be the man. But these women last night actually presented themselves as the cream of the crop, like, hey, we are the woman kings, and this is what it's going to be. Look at me. I am woman. Hear me roar. And so I definitely give Angel Reese an applause for that.
Thank you, Shemeka. Thank you for helping me celebrate Angel Reese. For those of you that say, I only celebrate Caitlin Clark, now what do you say? I just celebrated Angel Reese. Thank you. Hey guys, today's show is tight. We're working on something special that we'll unpack either Thursday or Friday. We got some special content coming for you later this week. Thank you for joining us today. We'll play tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Waiting for the countdown, coming off the breakdown, standing in line for freedom. Looking for a breakout, feeling like a standoff, nothing in life like freedom. Came in like a fighter, striking like a ladder, making all these moves for freedom. I want freedom. No negotiation, my sister, no relation. We all just wanna have freedom. Sitting on the corner, never been alone. I'm breaking my back for freedom. Blessed, we are living, get back. We are receiving, all deceiving. We all wanna be free. We want freedom.